Welcome, welcome. This is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. Thanks for coming back to another spiritual vibe message. How is everyone today? I'm so grateful and thankful to all my listeners. If you haven't already or if you're new to this, please subscribe to my podcast. You can subscribe to my podcast on YouTube or all those podcasts out there. Just search me at Dr. Traci K with an I. And we also have a wonderful group that if you need spiritual vibration support, prayers, we have a group called facebook.com/group/spiritual vibration challenge. And you will be encouraged and welcomed. So, what I want to talk about today is really come to my attention because I'm facing some things again, and it's really frustrating when you're dealing with an enemy or someone that wants to control you or wants to make you do things that you don't have to do, and then try to use authority and power to also make you do those things. And what's terrible about it is the Bible is actually the key source to what happens. And so you get frustrated and you get scared. And when you're dealing with certain things in your life and you want to protect your peace. And it happens, I have haters. And sometimes even your own family members do stuff or make people do stuff. It's just the way it happens. And, you know, you get to the point where you're constantly a victim and you don't want to be a victim anymore. You also want to protect your peace, meaning that no matter who they are, no matter what they are, no matter what they do, you have rights and you have that to protect your peace. So I don't want you guys to get stuck in potholes of life. And the funny thing is, you gotta learn to shake off the offenses. You've got to learn how to basically heal from what other people are saying or doing or trying to force you to do, and using authorities that they claim with the Bible that they have the right to in the process. And that's not like that. And sometimes it's scary. And you get bitter and you got self-pity and, you know, people don't believe you and people call you names and because you're different or you're unique because you've been anointed in some way, and they don't like it and they want to control that and they want to steal it or take it or use you in some way to benefit from it, and they'll do every means possible. And so what do you find? You have to go to the higher power, because let me tell you something. They saw everything that happened to you. And the higher power, he knows what's unfair. It doesn't matter what they are. He knows how you were treated. Nothing is a surprise. And you got to keep moving forward. And I know in some way you'll be brought out. And you have to trust in that faith, and you have to trust that you get the guidance and the support that you deserve in order to fight for that, so that they can't be used to do that. And I just want to basically talk to you about that, you know, expecting to be hit hard. When you try to rise higher, when you try to rise and level up, a lot of times the devil will come after you hard. And they will use systems and processes that the Bible is given authority, and they think that they're above all, no matter what. And so when you are in a position where your peace is not protected, or you're having people, you know, saying things about you and you don't know about it, or acting like you, or trying to do anything they can to cause you problems and distractions, and to violate your peace and your privacy, or they try to force you to come somewhere, and you've had the experience where you're not protected in the peace, and you need to basically do whatever you can to protect your peace. No one has the right to force you to do something when you've been told not to, but they don't care. So you have to always find a way to protect your peace. But how do you protect your peace? You go to your higher source, you go to your higher power, and you say, hey, you know, I didn't expect this. Can't believe that. I mean, it comes as a surprise and a shock. And a lot of times you're going to feel automatically, it's called a fight or flight. And if you have a lot of disabilities, it's going to be worse and it'll be more. And in cases like that, you want to be able to know you have peace and where you're at. And so it's the same way, even though you're expecting your plans to work out, even though you're expecting good breaks, and you need to have your place of safety to be safe and protected from any type of sources. And this includes even with the Bible in it. And the Bible, is supposed to be good, loving God, good authority, kindness, generosity. No matter what someone says, no matter what they do, no matter what they do, or bad breaks, or sour, or harm, you, you've already made up your mind to stay in peace. And that means making sure you have that extra spare backup. I call it, and some people might call it like a spare tire or a backup plan. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to go road and salt. You need to stay that. It's okay to stand up. It's okay to be able, and it happens. It's an automatic response, a chemical response in the nervous system, and it causes injuries, and it causes you to be weaker. And so when you're dealing with these people that want to try to control and think they're allowed to no matter what, no matter where they are, you have to stay in peace, and you have to know that you are safe. And we're not perfect people out here. There's no perfect boss. There's no perfect judge. There's no perfect magistrate. There's no perfect spouse. There's no perfect neighbor. I mean, you might accuse it, oh, I know you're lying. I think call you a liar, call you this. But you have to stay in faith. You have to be able to do what you can and quit expecting people to be who they say they really are. And it hurts your feelings. It hurts your feelings. It injures you personally, financially, professionally. And I mean, it's just terrible. And expectations that you think that you had with a loved one, or that you had with a process or a system, at times that can be corrupted, and it disappoints you, and they don't care. You have to not be easily offended, but you have a right to stand up to that. You have a right to say no. You have a right to say, I am legally allowed to do this. It's here. You have a right to stay in peace. And I know it's hard, but it, it can be shocked, and it can be a really, really just like exhausting, and you just can't believe it because you think these people are your loved one. You think that they're supporting you, protecting your peace. And I want you to understand, I want to try to cheer you up today. And I hope I'm cheering myself up because I need it. And it's like, let yourself off the hook, guys. Nobody can keep you fixed. Oh, the Heavenly Father, the higher power, is there to protect you. If you're going through something in your life without that support, or that backup plan or spare tire, If problems on the roads in certain areas are bumpy or dangerous or evil in a sense, unchallenged, trying to do things to you because they think they can. And it's bitter. Whether it's anything, a process, a system, anybody. And he's got you stressed out. Life is too short. I know it's hard. Life is too short to be offended, to be upset, to be discouraged. I want to give you this day as a gift. You have to put your foot down. You have to say, I'm not going to let these same things keep upsetting me and keep trying to harm me. I'm going to stay in peace, even if they're unfair, even if they're grumpy, even if they're mean, even if they're whatever, or trying to, I'm going to stay in peace. The medical records are there. It's been proven. It's been proven in the highest power of the highest court ever. And stay grounded, stay focused, seek a person you can trust to talk to. Comment, advocate, get others to support, because I know you might feel alone. I know I do. And it's sad because, you're being hand-picked on, so to speak. You want to choose peace. Plan your days out. When somebody tries to force you to do something that you know is going to harm you in some way, and you have no authority to prove, you have to be able to use those rights to stay in peace wherever you are, so that those people cannot hurt you or harm you. And you need support systems. You need to shake off those offenses, shake off what everybody's doing, shake off the bitterness, shake off the hate, shake off the haters, and stay in peace. Stand up for yourself. Don't let it be unfair because it's not right, because you are a person that's trying to move forward and you've been called to do something. And if you're called to do something, look to that power to help you. I mean, people find things unfair and you think that they're actually the ones that love you, and you find out it's not, because they want to control what you do. They want to use your personal vessel, this anointed vessel that God created for a calling, and take it and abuse it to their own benefit. And the scripture says, giving us the power to remain calm in times of adversity can be very hard. You don't have to let those same things keep attacking you and keep upsetting you. Just know they know how to push those buttons. They'll try anything to get and be connected to your anointment. You got to stay in peace, and you need those support system. And if the Bible is in those support system, they've got to honor and protect and serve in a way. So I can give you something where, where you say you have like a clerk behind a counter and they're unfriendly, or they're cold, inconsiderate, um, and all you want to do is just basically file something, and it says you can do this, you've been told you can be done this, and a clerk just won't do it, or a judge will do it, or a magistrate will do it, or anybody will do it because they know nothing about what's going on, or they're being used to actually do this system and you say, well, all I can do is just stay in peace. Try to stay in peace and try to be calm. And it's hard because if you have a lot of damages and personal injuries from what has been happening and they're trying to do it again, I can't let that person ruin your day, right? Don't let that person ruin your day. Say, I have a support system. I have a backup. I'm not going to allow the bumps and roads and things to take me and trap me. There may be people you see every day or don't even see them. It's always on social medias or something like that. And they're just gifting to do whatever they can to be a adversary to the devil, to the enemy. The good news is you're in control. They don't have the right to control. They can't make you unhappy unless you allow it to be. They can't make you frustrated. They can't make you trapped so you can't do anything. Letting the years, the same things that upset you, giving you and trying to take away your power. Make a decision. Make a decision right now and say, I'm not going to let another person run my peace, run my life, run my freedom and liberty. Not a court system, not a family member, not as someone on social media. The condescending, rude things that are done, dealing with the poison. It becomes poisoned, and that system becomes poisoned. And we need to really pray naturally and ask for good hearted people to be able to have that support system, because if the Bible sits in that and is a main role in it, you can overcome evil with good. You don't have to overcome evil with more evil. You can stand up and say, no, that's not right. You can argue. You can state that. But you've got to be allowed to not allow the poison and the contamination that they're trying to do. Try to take the high road. And when you rise above and what I call leveling up, and you're kind to those that are unkind, and you ask and say, why would you do that? Stop doing that, please. The disrespectful thing that you're doing, be an eagle. Fly above to the highest heights, so and everything will fall down. When you read the news, you get all these things that people tell you, and you find out that no one's allowing you to do this. You want to wake up and say, okay, today I'm going to be safe. I'm going to have somebody. It might be cold. It might be raining. But if you can't get somewhere and you can't do something, it's not right that the Bible and God should allow those people in authority to control you and trap you and make you. I mean, there are forces beyond sometimes that some people can't deal with. I mean, look at our animals, how we fight because they can't fight for themselves. We need those things. We got to do what we can. And so I'm going to tell you this right now. God and a higher power, goddesses know you are special, and you're not going to let the wrecking ball come around. You're going to be in peace. You're going to protect your peace. You're going to have everybody that's going to be supporting you, protecting your peace, because they want peace. They don't want distraction. They want their day to go good, but they shouldn't be used to be able to do that. It's something that I say that is the enemy so hard at trying to reach. And so you need to go higher and higher, and you need the people that are anointed in the kindness of goodness that are serving and working with that Bible and so forth that's in the system to do that, to try to be diligent and safe, and no matter what, help you honor and let you protect your peace. So I hope you got a good message from the spiritual vibe message today. And I love you in this place. Stay in peace, protect your peace, find your support system. I hope you find it with our group. Post it. Pray. I'm asking for everyone to pray for me because I'm praying for you. I want you all to be safe. I want you all to be protected. I want you all to have peace. I want you all to be nice and kind and understanding, and be respectful enough to see. Try not to be so selfish. Try not to be so not understandable. Respect the things that are brought forth within the Bible and is actually part of. When you put your hand on that Bible and you swear to tell the truth, honest and the truth will help you God, that should tell you right there. And you've got to show that. In the part, protect your peace no matter what. On a regular basis, you'll have opportunities. There's going to be times, it happens to me, you're going to get the fight and flight thing. If you have disabilities, or if you've been injured so bad and it's hard to protect your peace because these people know that, You need to reference, in a sense, of coming forth and praying and finding the resources you need so you can get that energy of good vibes. And Jesus is one of them that can do that for you. Recognize the enemy, what they're offering, the bait that they're doing is a trap. It could be a trap. And so it's scary. I know it's scary. Many people take the bait and they're trapped and they have no way out because of the enemy and the hate and the so much because they because they want what they want and you want to say no, I'm not allowed to. Please protect my peace. Protect my peace so I can be safe where I'm at. It's easy. Don't get baited. I want you to go enjoy your day. I want you to enjoy your week. I pray for you and I pray that I also get the most wonderful, kind angels and everything I can imagine to help me protect my peace, so that I may be safe and move forward. The battles are there, the trials and tribulations are there, the conflicts there. But the battle is not between you or them. It's the battle because you're going somewhere on a destiny that you've been called to of a higher power and leveling up. So all those are distractions. Ask yourself, if I win this battle, how will it benefit me? What will I accomplish? That person that cut me off, that person who hits me, or that person that stole my identity, that person who did all these things. It's hard. The flesh is the flesh, but they can't take your spirit. They can't take your peace. They can't take your liberty. You've earned that. Jesus also sacrificed, and so many other people have sacrificed to keep that freedom. And so engaging, it can be hard not to engage. Proving to people that you're not this way, fighting the battles. So, like, for example, in the Bible, David was a teenager. He was working in the shepherd fields. As a teenager, his father, asked him to take lunch to his brothers. They treated him like a slave. And they were in the army. And they got special privilege, and they would use that power against others. And they did it to their own brother, David. He asked why. What is the prize for that man? And they would sell him into slavery. So these authority powers, they would do that. And so David, that the teenager, there were also taxes you had to pay, all that stuff. He realized that there was a battle worth fighting. That place there was harming and wanted to control and evil. And so, and it was the big power. And of course, what was that? The giants. And Goliath was a giant. And so they were scared of him. And you want to fight and flight and flee and protect your peace and protect your body. And David's like, he felt small. He was nothing. He wasn't treated very well. And here David said, I'm strong in the power. I have no doubt. And I'm going to take care of this. I will take care of this. And the scripture says David turned and walked away, in a sense, when this all happened, when they were doing this to him. And one reason David did great things is he knew which battles to fight. He could have gotten into strife, arguing, trying to prove to these people. And we all do it. I do it. It really hurts when somebody's threatening your life or attacking you or trying to trap your flesh for their own personal or financial benefits. It happens, and you need to fight that. And that's your Goliath. That's your Goliath. And you're this tiny person, and there's this big Goliath in front of you. And they're forcing you into this battle. You need to walk away from things. I say, I don't appreciate that. I'm sorry. I guess you can no longer be part of my life. I want to protect my peace. and say no thank you, say no, these are my rights. And it's a fight that eventually, and that's what those systems are in place for. So you could have peace. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Things are going to happen to you, and it, it's it's really upsetting. It shocked you, and it's scary. It's it offends you, and it does anything for their own personal benefit, and it's wrong. And you gotta prove your point. Say, hey, I'm on a destiny here, and these Goliaths are trying to come after me. So you gotta take a new level. You gotta level up and find the power to protect your peace, so you can defeat those giants. You have to pass that test. Stand up. They'll try to tell you to shut up and don't talk about it when somebody rapes you or when somebody sexually assaults you, or makes marks on you and makes fun of your disabilities, or they want to control you using their authority so they can trap you and beat you. David prayed in Psalms 141, Lord, take control of what I say, what I do, and give me the power and the peace to protect it. God has helped me, the God and Goddess has helped me, so I be able to stay in peace and keep these people away from me and help me rise up high in your favor. I pray for favor. I pray for wisdom. I pray for protection. I pray for prosperity. Your promises and promises that are given to me that you promised me. So help them to shut their mouth and stop this from causing me and hurting me or all these things. There's going to be criticism. There's going to be judgments. There's going to be discriminations. There's going to be disrespectful people trying to bait you into conflict so they can get something, and I call them the Goliaths. The moments where you will defeat those giants and catapult you ahead. As I become more known, I have gotten more haters and more critics, and some of them were people from large followings to small followings to even loved ones from your heart that you thought. They tempt you, they respond to you, they use those systems in the grace of God to not try to let you go, their own personal or financial or whatever benefit. And I've always learned to take the high road, but there's a time when you have the right to stand up and say, no, these are my rights. But some people that were against me, they don't have their platforms. They don't have their followings, or they're not happy about it, and they want to take it out on me, or they want to take it out on somebody else. And God is going to say, when you rise higher, you're going to deal with people that are trying to discredit you and trap you and bait you and stop you from your calling. Walk away from them. Say, no, thank you. I stand up. I'm tired of the sexual assault. I'm tired of the hatred. No. And if you didn't do it and they're accusing you of stuff, you'd have the right to say, no, I didn't know. When someone's coming against you like a Goliath, somebody was working really hard to try to discredit you, to trap you, to imprison you, the Bible sits in those things, and there's a table. He promises a table to be prepared for you of your enemies. If they're rude to you, sit at that table that God prepared for you, that God has just prepared for you. When you sit, you're saying, I'm trusting you to fight this battle for me. It's not between me and this person, not between me and this court, not between me and this customer, this company. It's because of that person. And to me, about me trying to reach my destiny. And that is not right, because you have an identity.